first ever VW Beetle has rolled off the production line today. Car buyers vote with their wallets for more advanced and particularly bigger vehicles. However, this car will have a place in popular culture forever. Now, the Beetle was made famous in movies like Disney's The Love Bug. Oh, I loved that movie, where the idea of a self-driving car was way ahead of its time. And then James Bond crushed some newer Beetles with a mechanical digger in Skyfall. The Beetle's success in the marketplace was propelled by decades of memorable and imaginative, creative advertising campaigns. It's the stuff of legend on Madison Avenue. Most of these were self-deprecating and simple. It's been replaced. Volkswagen doesn't do it again. The Volkswagen for people who refuse to drive Volkswagens. The economics of owning a Beetle. This one said, for all the price of a fancier priced car. Now, talk about all of these in the adverts. And let's just remember, as we do, the start where the Beetle came. Peter Shankman joins me, marketing consultant. Good to see you.
And you, sir.
Now, in the 1960s, the Beetle advertising was a phenomenon.
Oh, it was brilliant. I mean, back in the day, they didn't do stuff like this. To be self-deprecating to yourself as a brand was unheard of. Forget what you've ever seen on Mad Men. This didn't happen.
Right. But let's go back to the origins of the Beetle. Germany.
It was originally designed as a car for the people, Volks for the folks, right?
For the people. So how does a car that is indelibly attached to Hitler
well,
become
technically
such a beloved car post?
We didn't start talking about it as Hitler's car until long after Hitler was gone, because it actually didn't come out as the car for the people that Hitler wanted until long after he was dead. The first one didn't roll off the production line until after World War II had ended. So we never really attached that until the 70s and 80s when we started saying, hey, wasn't this a German car? And didn't this come from Germany? That's when we started putting that together. It was cheap, even though it broke down a lot. It was expendable, right? It was cheap and it broke down a lot. You get another one. But the big thing that took it off was the 60s, the era of free love, and the era of San Francisco and everyone showing up at Woodstock and Beatles, everyone showing up in the Haight-Ashbury and Beatles. That was really what sort of blew it up into the mainstay that it is today.
But why was the Beetle the car of choice for that, do you think?
There are certain...
is it because it looks cute?
Well, there are different theories. The number one is, not only does it look cute, but when they reinvented it in the 90s and they came out with it again, they actually put in every single Beetle a flower from the 60s, you know, the way it was supposed to look. So there was this love of the Beetle and love of this sort of gift of what it brought. It brought freedom. It brought the ability to get away from the real world. But the same way that people went to California and went to Woodstock.
Right, and Haight-Ashbury. But if you have something that is so iconic that you have the potential for such marketing brilliance, why get rid of it?
Because it is 65 years old. And at the end...
So on that point, would it have worked to attach the name to another vehicle?
Not necessarily. You know, they tried this with Not Your Father's Oldsmobile.
Yep.
Right? That didn't go over too well. They're trying it right now with, oh, not that Buick, this Buick, the new Buick. It's when something is that iconic, if its time has ended, you can't attach it to anything new. You have to let it go gracefully.
But the Mini they've done.
They have done the Mini, and
keep doing the Mini.
There's some success to that, again, because it works for people. But again, there's going to come a point where that has tradition that has to say goodbye as well.
We say goodbye to you, sir. Thank you.
My pleasure.